أول شيء CardioAlex Foundation, Muhammad Sobhi, all the colleagues, thank you for the invitation. I'm honored to be with you. This is Petra actually من عنا من الأردن. If you love to come, we'd love to have you. This is a vigil at night. So let me go through a brief history of my patient. He's a 66-year-old male with type 2 diabetes, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, who has a New York Heart Association class 3 angina. He has limited assisted mobility because of childhood polio, leaving him with deformed, not usable right lower extremity. His son is a head nurse actually in the coronary care unit. He canceled his father's planned CABG on the morning of the scheduled procedure because the patient and the family, they were very determined, they don't want surgery. Actually, their main concern was the poliomyelitis, his limited mobility, the harvesting of the saphenous venous grafts. So with all honesty, and I am one who actually always say, is it a real heart team? Well, probably this was a real heart team decision because everybody told them that surgery has to be better done for the patient, but they did not want it done. So this is the angiogram which I did. There was an angiogram from another institution which came with the patient. The right coronary artery is okay, it's normal, and it's actually smaller, non-dominant. So this is what we are looking for. We have a left main, الماوس مش بيطوعني شوية اهو. Left main distal disease looks a bit ugly when you look at the semi-spider view over there. And you can call the branches any way you like. There's an LAD, and there is, you can call that a ramus next to it, a high obtuse marginal, and then a huge circ with a super dominant vessel. The patient, I can assure you, and the family, they do not want surgery. I discussed that with them tons of times. So, the question which is raised, I am a radialist, I call myself, because I do everything radial, even acute STEMIs. Would you do this radial or femoral? Panel? You know, the radial, something important, Dr. Sobhi, a lot of people, you know, there's the cylinder sheet from Terumo, which can actually make you put a 7 French. Yeah. You can do it, but for logistic reasons, I did not have it in that institution that day, so. Say that again? Yeah. The polio is in his right lower extremity.
I think it's not something. The first question should be, what was the plan for the radial femoral? Because in my view, for this case, I see the main plan. There is many, and only the circumference. Oh, that's the question number 3. I would like to say, if you don't use the wire, you should go for 7 French 10.
Let me just kindly elaborate on this. Actually, the LAD ostium looks pretty good. We are having an issue here with a distal left main involving the ostium of the circ, with which we have 2 branches, which are, one of them is significant coming off. So it's actually a quadriforcation, as I said. But the LAD ostium looks very clean. It looks very clean. Well, I mean, we'll talk about the procedure in a minute, but we very good. I totally agree with you. I'm always for doing IVUS for people I'm fiddling around playing with the left main, especially the distal. In the institution I have that day, I did not have the IVUS either. So I had to do it with whatever I have. But I agree with you. I cannot hear you, doctor. I love your comment, my friend, Dr. Khashaba, because the reason I showed this, I can step out of the floor and now because whatever I did after that is so damn simple. It was very simple. It's because of what you said. You have what appears to be a very complex case, which actually you can make it a very simple case. Why is that? Because of what he said. Ostial LAD looks fine. The ostial two branches look fine. And you are just dealing with a 1-0-1 straightforward bifurcation lesion. Yes. Well, there's in the middle vessel. Go ahead. You show it to me.
Show it. This.
Oh, we went back to that. Yeah, go. Okay. Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, I think when you look very closely, Dr. Sobhi, if there is anything in the ostium, I think it's I would say إنه بتخدع النظر. It's mainly because of the Cirque disease. I wish I have an ibis. But the distal left main is not healthy. I mean, it's very obvious. So, I agree. And you know what I agree with you, and what made my life easier, and that's why I wanted to present it, because let's not make it too complex when you can make it easy. Look, there is not a lot of calcification there. I mean, everything was made easy actually for this complex case. So I decided to go femoral because I wanted to use a large bore catheter. I used an EBU 7 French, which is actually the inner diameter is 0.82. How many wires would you put? Dr. Atrebi said 2 wires. How many would put just 2 wires? How many would put, 3 wires? How many would put 4 wires? Dr. Khashabi, I will put only 1 wire. I'm not that courageous though. I mean Muhammad, and I'm waiting for you. 4 wires. I love the young generation. I'm with you, man. 2 guides? No. But I have my friend a 7 French large bore guide, which is 0.82 from the inner. It will accommodate, 4 wires easily. It's not a big deal. So, sure. So so let me just show you the angio. So I myself went femoral, large bore guide. You will see that I used 4 wires, okay? Now, which bifurcation technique would you use?
Yes, and this
Direct. Sure. Let me just say something. We were here for 1.5 days. A key message, which I truly believe in my opinion, there is no place for direct stenting in bifurcation lesion, period. I don't know if a lot of people in the room agree with me. I would not even dare to do a direct, even if I don't see any calcium there. I don't know if, Muhammad? I would not do. I would not. Sure. Sure. Yes. You're making a very good point, actually, which is a great teaching point. The only time in bifurcation lesions I do not predilate and do direct is during acute myocardial infarction. When there is a thrombus burden, I do that.
So your plan would be provisional for the AAD and setting for the third therapy. What will be your plan?
Okay, well, sorry? Oh, okay. Here it is.
We don't have high flow and spiral projection of contrast to the cusp. So we don't know where is the proximal left vein. We cannot eliminate the left vein from this sugar. So predilation is a must.
I totally agree that we have to predilate. Sorry? And I'm fine with the questions. Yeah. Sure. So, allow me, Dr. Sobhi, to proceed. So I elected to put 4 words. Yeah, I am from the new generation. Well, I put four wires. You know, you could put them so simply with this large bore diameter guide. And this is my balloon coming in there for pre-dilatation. This is a 3O15 balloon, pre-dilated. And there was a question from one of the panelists about the ostial lift main. You can appreciate it here. It's a big ostial lift main. And it looks good. I don't see anything unusual. The pre-dilatation looks all right. So I think I should go to stenting, right? So this is more pre-dilatation. So I did aggressive preparation of the lesion. So I'm happy with my pre-dilatation. No compromise in the branching vessels. So let me go back to so that I don't put you at disadvantage. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I have to go very quick. يلا خلينا نمشي بسرعة زيك. Which stent, what size you would use?
For stenting, you should use the huge ration that goes up
Okay. Would you cover the left main ostium, Adil?
I will use it short and they are planning to do a lot. So it's better to have coverage of the ostium so that you can do easily or not.
So Dr. Adil is pointing out, this is a slide actually I took from my iPhone. I should have put it out from the bifurcation club. Please look at this. I mean, there are not a lot of stents around. The 3.5, you know, the circ looks like a 3.5 vessel. The left main, it's 4.5 to 5 at least. Well, to me, I didn't have an IVUS, so I thought that the circ looks like a 3.5 to 4 millimeter rather than, so I did not put a 4, I put a 3.5. So the Xience Sierra 3.5 goes to that 5.50 when you need it in the left main. The Resolute 3.5 goes, but the rest of them actually have a limited expansion. So it's an important item which Adil actually mentioned. So this is the stent coming in. Took my time to put it in the right position. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And actually, Adil, I had a PA cranial view, which I don't have here, which made me feel comfortable that I am covering the ostium. Here you can see on the right side that I am. So here on the left side, I inflated the stent, took an angiogram, and thank you for the extra time, and deploy the stent. So what should I do next? Just for the sake of time, I took a short balloon, which is 3.75 NC balloon, put it in just at the ostium of the circ, and ballooned it to 20, I think, or 24 atmospheres. This is 3.75, Muhammad. So I did post-dilatation, more post-dilatation. Am I done there? Well, for the sake of time again, I was not done. I needed to do a pot. So this is my 8 millimeter, 4.5 NC balloon coming in. And yeah, it's really nice to have it. You can exactly. The whole issue about the pot technique, Adil, which was mentioned in an earlier session, please do not cover the bifurcation point, which I am not here. Sorry? Where I cannot see because of the eye. Yeah. It's a very good question. So there are two schools of thinking when you do the pod. You can pull the wires, you can leave them in. So I am at times I leave them in, at times I get it out. I'm not quite sure that there is any major disadvantage of leaving there, because some people think that you might fracture it if you pull it out, if it gets stuck between the stent and the wall.
Just one question to the head. Because for this, for the slight branch wire, it's never protected setback. The only one will rewire the setback again. So you can remove it and also that's and only a landmark can rewire the resistance fluid. It's not a protected wire.
It is. I agree with you that it's major advantage that it's a landmark for you, but it definitely keeps the blood trickling through that area. I mean, it's not easy to imagine that it's not doing good for you. But anyway. Sure. I lived them alone. I need another minute. Yeah, another minute. So anyways, I did the pot technique. I went in with the 4.5 up to 18 atmospheres. I had a good angiographic result, but I wanted that last teaching point, Muhammad, for all of us. When you are doing left main and you have coverage of the ostium of the left main, let me go quickly here so that I don't waste your time. Do not forget the problem with ostial stent longitudinal deformity. A lot of people don't think about that, Muhammad. I think it's so, so, so important. We are the old generation. So, you can see on the left side, I pulled the balloon out in the guide. I'm doing an angiography. Then I pulled the guide out, and I put the balloon back in, inflated and inflated the stent at the ostium while the guide is out. And the teaching point, Muhammad, is don't keep engaging the guide after you did that last balloon. I learned it the hard way. So inflated the balloon, the guide is out, and I do not engage again and just get out. So thank you very much. This was... Definitely. It's to make it simpler, just make it simpler. Just make it simple. You know, the last... Dr. Khashaba wanted me to do that. You probably could. You probably could. You know, the last teaching point, Muhammad, if you allow me, before we used to do pot, we probably 6 years ago, we would have been discussing now, should you rewire the LAD and open the strut towards the LAD, right? Isn't that what we used to do, Muhammad, 5, 6 years ago, before the pot times, before the pot times? The answer, because it's a healthy LAD, because I did the beautiful pot, I would not touch it. I would not. I would not. Yeah, I would.